What's up with the fur?
I don't. Yeah, look like.
Here we go, Mr. Apple Bottom Jeans boots with the fur. That's crazy.
And I think this is the perfect segment now that we're talking about this, because into the new year, creatives are obviously looking at themselves, looking at what they're going to implement. And now this new technology has just came out where it seems like it's starting to take over. And it's been a conversation for a while, not just now, because I even remembered my lawyer talking about it with AI technology.
Yeah.
So
it's very, very compelling stuff. I've seen the rise of AI chatbots, AI programs that will write documents for you just based on what you feed into it. The big buzz right now.
Get a little closer to the mic.
Is a GPT, I believe it's called. And I just learned today, I didn't realize that when that AI, Open AI, was created years ago, that Elon Musk was part of that company and then was on the board, but then he had to step away because of everything he was building with Tesla.
One second. We got to let this rock.
I hear it.
Got the hood siren anthem.
It's Hip Hop Jeopardy.
Hip Hop Jeopardy. No, if it would be Hip Hop Jeopardy, we'd just let the sirens on.
Yeah, word.
Woo! You remember there was a time where like every hip hop song had the siren.
Yeah, word. Party time. That was crazy.
So back to AI technology with creatives. So I'm a creative when it comes to photography, and when it comes to video production. I also do a little bit of design and all this other stuff. One of the newest ones that came out was Lensa, which we have a very interesting reaction video of Nice Jones reacted to all my Lensa portraits. He was very impressed. Inspector Gadget.
Look like Inspector Mid. That's about it. He solves no cases.
So we'll have that for you guys. But I think it's interesting because I'm like, at first as a creative, I got worried. Obviously, because I'm like, these tech gurus, they're trying to replace the creative. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. And like anything, like we talked about with the new year, is evolving. So as a creative, how are we going to evolve with this new technology? We all had an experience where we felt anxiety at some point. But did you ever had help processing those thoughts?
Our mind is full of gems, and sometimes we might feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed because life happens.
Today's sponsored gem is BetterHelp.
Here to help you be the best you. Now, let's keep it real. We all need to vent, and doing it on social media just ain't it.
You can communicate by video, audio, or unlimited messaging.
There's a wide range of experts in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network.
What are you waiting for?
Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist.
You fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you can get matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours.
Go to betterhelp.com/Empower610 for 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp.
That's betterhelp.com/Empower610.
Get matched with a therapist who will listen and help. BetterHelp, better performance, better life.
Because now when people see that something's very easy to create, for example, with filters, like I remember before Instagram, people didn't call your edit a filter.
Yeah.
And now people would call my edits like, hey, can you put a filter on it, or can you take that filter out? And it's like, it's not a filter. I edited that.
Yeah.
So now people are going to look at things on the AI perspective, where it's like, well, if I can do this with an AI, why are you charging this much? Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where we have to adapt and kind of realize, okay, so AI is here. It's here to stay. What can I do now to make sure that I'm good for the future? Is it going to replace my skill set, or can I use it to advance my skill set or even make my process more efficient? one of the things that I did, it's not necessarily involved with AI, but everything's like vertical video now. So I bought the
Another one.
Hood Sirens. Whether it's AI, whether it's any type of technology, I think as a creative, we have to challenge ourselves, because sometimes we get into the habit of just like the process of how we do things, and then when new technology comes up, it disrupts that process, and we kind of like hate changing. So
yeah, that's fact. Let's face it, people don't like change.
No, even myself, like when Premiere updates, bro, like I get upset. Because I know there's gonna be bugs that's gonna crash, and then they're gonna move like different like menu items. But I'm like, eventually, I'm like, all right, whatever, because they make it better.
Still gonna use it, right?
Still gonna use it. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll move to another editor, and then I'm gonna have to learn that. But we all have to evolve. We all have to adapt. Same thing with AI technology, where it's like, all right, cool. So I thought about it, and I'm like, man, this is definitely gonna like replace like designers. But I'm like, but it's also kind of cool, because like, imagine if you're a music artist that can't afford like a design, like you could just pay this app and it'll design some stuff for you. Now you have album art.
Yeah.
Because how many photos was it? Like 100? And like
100, yeah.
A couple of them were valid. Some of them were crazy.
Yeah.
You'll see in the reaction. But I even said to myself, I'm like, I might just use this for album art. Like I might just save myself like how much money in album art. But now like as a person that does design, how are you going to set yourself apart from the technology, or how are you going to use the technology to make your process more efficient?
I think one of the big things with this AI dialogue is that people forget that AI doesn't program itself. So literally what's going to happen is, as your business, to integrate with it is becoming a good AI interpreter. Ooh. So me, I'm a copywriter. I naturally come up with amazing copy. One thing I know, I do copywriting that is very culturally influenced.
Yep.
A lot of those AI, they're not programmed with my type of copywriting in mind.
Just salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Yep.
I like to hoodify everything to relate to my folks, because I understand what popular and dominant culture is. Those things aren't necessarily programmed for that, but they will as people continue to use and adapt it, because it's very iterative. So since it is still very early, despite how much money is being invested in it and the adaptation of this technology, it's better to learn it now and figure out how you can use it to amplify what you're doing to be more efficient. It's not here to take jobs, it's here to make jobs easier.
Yep.
So if you learn that stuff now, then it just makes it easier. It makes everything easier. The problem is that people try to fight all these things, but you got billions being invested into this.
Yeah, it's
on
here.
A continuous basis. It's not something that's going to go away, because too many large companies have invested money in it. So don't fight it. Just try it.
And if anything, like worst case scenario, if it does happen, like it's always an opportunity to learn a new skill set. And that's one thing that I think you always should do. Not having all your eggs in one basket, but always kind of learn how you can implement the skill set. I would say like, worst case scenario, let's say an AI robot comes out that can do all this commercial video production and stuff like that. Like I still have all this equipment. I could start a new business, and now I have my own like marketing department. You know what I mean? Like kind of look on the bright side of things.
Leverage.
And leverage it. Or even like if something does come out with commercial video production, or actually there was an AI editor that edits like phone edits. So I was actually leveraging that for Reels, and I was testing it out, and it's pretty awesome because it makes it efficient, and then you can kind of adjust the edit. So rather than me having to come shoot the video, wait for it to transfer on my laptop, then go into Premiere, import it, edit it, color grade it, then wait for it to export, then go wait for it to upload. Like that would take hours. And then this thing,
steps.
Yeah. And obviously it's not the same quality as my hired professional camera, but I literally did that video within an hour or two. And the cut in itself did it in less than like 2 minutes.
Wow. I just saw on Twitter about a group that in one weekend wrote a script and shot a film used off AI.
And that's
put in the inputs of what they wanted for the script and for the characters.
Yeah.
And then after it, they were compelled. The guy who wanted to do it showed it to an actual Hollywood writer, and the Hollywood writer was blown away. And they were like, "Yo, let's actually make this thing this weekend." They even went back to the chat and asked for help on how the scenes should be shot.
I think you got to send me that because I would definitely be interested.
And I think I did send it to you. You probably didn't read it. I could be capping. Who knows?
No, you could be right too. That just sounds like something I would do.
But I was blown away by it because it's compelling. And they have the movie. It's on YouTube.
That's awesome, man. And that's the perfect example of using that technology. And then what I spoke about is me having that creative block. Every creative has a creative block. Imagine if you had some technology that could just get you through those baby steps.
Yeah, because all you do is you tell a base of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And that's it. But when I saw that it talked about the best ways to shoot, that was what got me. The script thing is one thing, cool, because it allows you to get a draft out of your head.
Yeah.
You can go back in and fix that draft. You've now saved hours of your life to write and edit to get what you want. But for them to pose, like, because it already wrote the script, how should we shoot these different scenes? And it gave them screen grabs based on what the character descriptors are, the nationality of the actual actors.
Did they actually?
And then it gave them suggestions on who to get.
Did they say who's the app? Like, what app did they use, or was
it the one I was talking about? It's all through not through. Well, they used Chat GPT, but the company is that's crazy. I can't believe I forgot the name of it.
That's actually
I
interesting.
bookmark everything. OpenAI.
OpenAI.
Through OpenAI.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that out.
OpenAI is the one that's, to me, blows everything out the water. So yeah, everyone's talking this Lensa stuff, and I'm like, OpenAI with DALL-E has been doing this. Like, you can go into DALL-E right now and type in like what you want. Don't even have to send a picture. Just describe what type of picture you want. And
I'm getting excited because I'm like, if you just get me started, I can grow from that.
Look, we use Chat to write and direct a film in a weekend.
Retweet that to the Empower page. That's dope.
Look at the screen grabs. That's what it put out. That's all AI.
Oh, I seen that. You did send me this.
Yeah, because it said Mid-Journey AI, which I think.
Because at first I was like, why the eyes look like that? But then I didn't understand it.
They got photo examples of what the shots should look like. Bruh. Gave them test shots.
That's interesting.
You know how much time gets saved in production? And then there's the actual movie. AI writes and directs a movie.
In conclusion, put down in the comments if you think if Nice Jones is AI.
Wow.
Because this man is too nice at copyright. So we're just going to grow the camera right here because you haven't subscribed yet. And if you have subscribed, thank you.
My thing is, I be looking at my social media, right?
Yeah.
I look at the amount of followers I have, the amount of people that engage in my content.
Yeah.
And every day I be like, oh yeah, I just want to like all these posts. But I notice you haven't subscribed.
Subscribe.
What are you waiting on?
Don't be that guy that dapped us up saying, I seen you been working and not subscribe. Don't be that guy. So we're going to wait until you subscribe.
Yeah, we're just going to have a staring contest. I'm trying to understand why you're still waiting. Press the button.
I mean, AI would have subscribed by now.
AI would have definitely subscribed by now. We're not talking Allen Iverson.